Woo.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening to the Hollow Knight community. Uh,
We're really hitting all of the
it's
parts of the world
extremely
there.
important to do so. We are here to provide you with color commentary, or black and white commentary, I suppose. Valued commentary is okay as well, for the lovely, lovely, and very talented Quadrupines Ghostbusters run. I am Herm8281 here at 4 a.m. By choice, not by coercion. Joined on the mic by the absolutely lovely, the illustrious Dragon Nyx.
Hello. It's not whatever AM time for me. It's 11 almost 11:30 at night.
That's a little more reasonable, but hey, the things we do for love, and in this case, that love is the love of the community, and
Lo-
specifically, Meme Day.
Love of community, love of meme day, love of Bustin, and love of Quadapine. We're here for it all.
Yes, we are definitely here for some ghost busting. For those viewers that might feel a little bit more sensitive to the destruction of certain spectral friends, I would urge you to prepare yourself mentally for the contents of this
Yes.
run. They may be disturbing to some unprepared viewers. I personally will be disturbed during the Joni Dream Nail, but otherwise I'm very excited about it. Really, really excited to see Marissa stop singing. Um, Apologies to the chat for saying that.
Yeah, this is the thing I love about Ghostbusters is it's one of the most controversial speedrunning categories just because it's one of the ones where people like NPCs, and this is a category that explicitly does away with those NPCs. So like people tend to be very opinionated over whether that's okay or not. To the point where the wonderful, beautiful Sira Kura, who makes like a lot of our layouts for these restreams, and like huge shout outs to Sira. They all look amazing.
Oh yeah,
Sira
you're so
refuses to
awesome.
make a Ghostbusters layout. Like this, I made this Ghostbusters layout for last year, and like we reuse it because Sira refused to make a new one. So
That is so fantastic.
yeah.
I mean, I remember back when I joined the community in 2021 that like there were ongoing Ghostbusters debates, and those debates still exist.
Yeah.
Very spirited as always. I guess spirited debates. That pun was not intended, but I will commit to it
Oh.
now.
Oh, how many ghost puns can we put in? Probably a lot. We can figure it out. We'll workshop it.
We will workshop it.
This is a really fun category, in my opinion, because it's like really difficult and it does things that are quite different from most other like Hollow Knight categories. It has like a very true ending beginning. We're
Mhm.
going to get Dreamnail before we get Claw, and we'll see why. Um, but on top of it being a very true ending start, it's one of the few categories that never gets C dash. And on top of never
Yes.
getting C dash, never getting wings, we do get Shade Cloak. So you're going to Abyss with like with no wings, no C dash, only dreams.
Yes, it's definitely lots of dreams, and the dreams tend to die.
Yes.
But this is a uniquely hard category. If you go into our really wonderful, very friendly meme community, and ask for beginner categories, this will not be one that is given to you.
This this is
Because I mean,
not a beginner category.
yeah, even look like the amount Quado is like, there's so much to think about in this run very constantly. And also, I mean, you're looking at things like doing Dark Jonies, which is not for the faint of heart. You're looking at a lot of times really unforgiving bench routing as well. So it is not for the faint of heart, but it is really
Yeah.
entertaining to watch. And I was talking about with Nyx, Quado himself has some new innovations with this run.
Yes.
Do you wanna tell the chat a few things to look out for here?
Yes, so one thing that has just been recently added to Ghostbusters is some slope balls. So Ghostbusters historically has had, I don't know, you kind of go all around the map because there's a lot of ghosts in a lot of different locations. And so there's been quite a few different routes that have sprung up over time. But this is kind of one of the first iterations of a route that does slope balls in order to get the basin key. There's going to be a slope ball to get the basin key, which we need to get Marissa and Poggy in Pleasure House. And then on top of that, we're using a slope ball to get out of basin and take the stag as opposed to the tram. I don't know if it was then or a different time that we do that, but there's quite a bit of like random jank in regards to slope balls, and I believe Quado is gonna go for another slope ball that's just to save time, and it's not necessary as a skip; it's just to save time. Because that's what Quado does.
That's a certified Quadrupine moment. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Quadrupine, he is truly one of the most prolific, and at this point, storied players in this community. An exceptionally talented rando player, as well as a meme speedrunner. I remember back in the day when it was his goal to have a majority of the records on the meme category speedrun
Yeah.
boards. I think that is just a show of his dedication to the game and also his talent.
Well, to this day, he's still in like a constant race for world records in a very funny way. In this category in particular, there is a Chinese runner that I don't remember the username off the top of my head, but a Chinese
I
speedrunner
believe
has
it's something
the
like 314, yeah.
yeah 314 has the world record in Ghostbusters right now. And the funny thing was Quado routed this category with slope balls and then went to go run it, and like as he ran it or something, 314 submitted a run with virtually the same route. And if you know anything about the Chinese speedrunning community, they are not connected to us in the West because of like not lack of access to YouTube and Twitch and stuff. So
Yeah.
they came up with the route essentially independently of each other, and have been like trading world records back and forth, essentially, or like gunning for the same world record ever since. And it's been a very interesting journey to watch.
It's
So yeah,
it's so cool to me that there's that kind of innovation on essentially both sides of a wall.
yeah,
And
like
they're pushing each other with yeah.
yeah, the Chinese speedrunning community has also found out that it's apparently optimal for like some iteration of Path of Pain percent to do it the same as True Ending as opposed to like Path of Pain percent, which is crazy to me. But someone got world record. I think it was 314
Yeah.
got world record off of just
Wow.
doing True Ending. But whatever. Pretty
Yeah, there you
typical
go.
start up to dash though. With one exception, I believe. Quado is going to be carrying enough Geo to get the green path stag, because I believe because
Yes.
we're going directly from green path to like the Blue Lake shade skip, it's gonna be faster to stag as opposed to quitting out. So because the stag station in Crossroads is closer than the bench.
It's so funny because I mean you've been seeing Quado trying to get all of this Geo. I mean, we saw him get the false knight Geo. I mean, stuff you really do not do in most cases.
No.
But Nixie is indeed right. It is going to be important to get that green path stag. Definitely not a stag you see in a lot of speedruns that
No.
aren't going across the entire map, but
Yeah.
we're going across most of the map, so
I
you
do
know, I
believe
guess
we
it could be
do need
justified.
this. I do believe we do need the stag for later, because I believe that's our
Yes.
ticket into Queen's Gardens, if I'm remembering right.
I believe so as well.
So this route is so new that it's not necessarily written down. So I'm operating off of memory, and Herm's operating off of what I told her. So
This is correct. We have a great little information network going on here. So if you know better, yell at us in the chat and we will happily correct ourselves.
but virtually this category is just kind of difficult, does things differently from other categories. It can be a bit of a headache to learn. You might need some acetylsalicylic acid to help deal with the pain of that. But
What is
you'll make it
acetylsalicylic
through.
acid? Is this a Ghostbusters reference?
It is a Ghostbusters reference. I believe it's off-brand aspirin of some.
Okay, okay.
I'm not the chemist in my
I've
family,
been
that's
told
my sister.
I've been told by Nixie that they're going to try to incorporate a number of Ghostbusters references into this, and I have not watched Ghostbusters. I accept any shame from chat for this lack of knowledge. But I will be trying to at least flag them in my confusion.
Yes, the Green Path bench I think is also for going to Joni. It might be for both. I genuinely am not remembering how we get to QG. It might be for both though. So buying the stag and taking
I
the bench.
remember you telling me we take it to QG, so I'm gonna
We
believe.
used to.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful fireball, Quado. I'm sure that was very intentional.
Oh, that was intentional. Was to ring the bell.
Wait, you're so right. Sorry, I'm
Yeah?
such a boomer. I forgore. I forgore the
okay.
stag bell ring. Oh, I repent. I repent. I repent.
Okay. It's okay.
Um,
We love
Hi,
boomers.
Hornet.
If the boomers win the relay tomorrow, Nerf is gonna announce Silk Song. So.
Wait, that's so true. Nerv is my favorite Team Cherry dev.
Yeah. So, but only if the boomers win. So, Zoomers, please throw.
We know
real
it's in your name to go fast, but we need you to go slow.
Real clean Hornet. real clean.
Yes,
real
really
clean Hornet.
nice.
We need it to go slow so that we don't. I think this is like the 3rd year in a row of Ghostbusters. I think that's proof of how based it is. As a category.
That is so good. It really is. It's such a great showcase category.
I'm like looking at the old schedules because I just have them saved on my computer. Okay, it's the 2nd year in a row because it wasn't in the 6th year. Okay. I'm not
Okay,
crazy.
gotcha. There's that famous stag. Nixie, would you like to tell us a little bit about the quote-unquote cursed shade skip that Quado is about to do?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for it. He normally does. So normally you would do a true ending shade skip where you pick up soul after you die. Like you pick up soul on your way to like saving Sly, and then that's how you stall in the air to like help your shade, help put Pogo off of your shade to Blue Lake without without Claw. But in this case, we don't need Sly. We actually don't buy anything from him in this run. So because of that, it's not optimal to collect soul. So Quado, I believe, is going to attempt to do a shade skip that does not use VS at all. And it's pretty difficult to do without changing your FPS so that you get like higher knockback from your shade, but I think he does know how to do it on his like regular FPS cap, which is normally around 300 for Quado. He taught me how to cap my FPS. That's the only reason I know.
That is just such a Quadrupine moment. When Nixie told me about all this, I was like, this is a Quadrupine moment that he could just roll in and be like, yeah, I will do the cursed soul shade skip because it saves time.
Oh no, he died. Yeah, let's see if he actually goes for it. Here, yep, he's going for it. No soul picking up. So normally you would use some air stalls to help you. Instead, at first try.
It was so clean. Oh my gosh. That is just like the cleanest things you can imagine. Like fresh laundry, you know, a beautiful spring day. Those levels of clean, and we are right onto the right side of the map. Going to be picking up the beautiful and gorgeous main weapon of this run. If you thought it was the nail, you were wrong. It is the dream nail.
Yep. We need the dream nail. The dream nail is what's going to help us make actual physical contact with the ghosts throughout the run.
It's so true. Unlike several role-playing games and various other franchises, you cannot punch ghosts in Hollow Knight.
You cannot punch ghosts. The ghosts don't even appear if you don't have the special sword. So
yeah, you actually can't see them. It's like having an ability that basically perms you into the battle system.
You wouldn't punch a ghost. You wouldn't download a book. Oh, by the way, download your books if you're a Kindle user. But download your books if you're a Kindle user. The Kindle API is gonna get rid of that. Keep that in mind. Anyways, Quado is doing Dream Plats without Claw, which like feels scarier than it is because other than that first little bit, it is virtually the same movement, but it is just like a little bit scarier every single time I do it.
Yes, no, it absolutely is because the benefit of Claw is that you just are able to catch yourself a little bit if you start to mess up, and falling is just such a pain on Dream Plats.
And then classic seer skip. There is like a tradition in older Hollow Knight categories that had paste bins written by Quacksilver to have fails seer skip in the notes, but Quado is too gamer for that, so he doesn't listen to
Yeah,
anyone, including the meme Duchess herself.
It's really unfortunate that Meme Duchess Quacksilver's instructions are not being followed here.
Yeah.
Especially because, for those of you who don't know, Quack herself has an emote that is literally Marissa getting dream nailed.
It's
And it
literally
is Quack
Marissa getting
and
dream
busted.
nailed. I'm a Marissa killer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the Marissa lovers. I kill her. I'm sorry. So now Quado is making his way to Fungal. I love this movement because you get a very interesting cycle off of the gomes here, as well as the next room with the Vengefly pogo into the gomes. It's like so satisfying.
It's really
when you get it.
satisfying.
I think like I
it's
used
so
to get it.
nice.
I think I used to get it more reliably when I had like a crummy laptop, and now like that I have faster loads, I don't get it as much.
Oopsie.
But it happens. So yeah, we're going into Fungal, collecting our spores, molds, and funguses, and on our way to get Claw, which it's a Hollow Knight category. You need Claw. It's kind of hard to get around the game without it.
Very true. Feel free to comment your favorite spore, mold, or fungus in the chat below.
Comment your favorite spore, mold, or fungus. I don't know what my favorite is.
I feel like I have to go with Destroying Angel.
Okay. Shoutouts to the kind of mold that led to penicillin. I personally am allergic to that kind of mold and penicillin, but like it
But
saves
I'm
other
also
people's
allergic
lives.
to that.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go. Your comms discover a shared penicillin allergy.
We both have a penicillin allergy, and Quado does a single fireball epogo setup, which is black magic to me, but he does
Oh, that is black magic.
It's black
Literally,
magic. I'm a comfy pogo
it is
girly.
such a gift to watch Quado just do all of this crazy stuff first try. Because as somebody who's tried and failed almost all of it, it is not that easy.
And another thing is like getting the Mantis pogo is really nice because when you have Shaman Stone, when you have Shaman Stone, it almost messes up your timing because if you'll notice, Quado's still up-slashed as if he had to kill that Mantis even though the Mantis died to his spell. And that's because it helps line up the smaller Mantises to where you need them for the pogo.
It's just fantastic.
It really is. It really is. So now we're on our way to see the goat of, the absolute goat of Ghostbusters, routing. Because we need to be able to open Glade later, and the exact amount of essence that we need to open Glade is the exact amount of essence that Galeon drops. And Galeon
bless.
Conveniently on the way because we need Tram Pass anyway because there's a ghost in Hive. So it's perfect. He's right there. He's a little bit difficult with low equipment because you really only have Shaman Stone VS, but he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it is really convenient that one of the only ghosts that's going to give you 200 essence just happens to be exactly along the route. But you know what? Ghostbusters runners needed literally one win. They suffered so much already. They don't really need else.
This was like when I learned how to run Ghostbusters, and by the way, I ran a baby route of Ghostbusters. When I learned how to run Ghostbusters initially, I felt so accomplished as a Hollow Knight speedrunner that I was like, okay, I got the bucket list item, we're set.
Yeah, I mean, it really is such a cool category, and hey, there's no shame in running a baby route. Baby routes are extremely important.
We love baby routes.
Help everybody.
Another fun thing here is that it's like ever so slightly optimal to go through. You can go almost entirely through light rooms to get to both Tram Pass and Galeon. You have to go through one dark room no matter what, but it's faster to get Galeon first than it is to get Tram Pass. So we get a little Taste of Dark Deepness, and and I shouldn't have started talking about Dark Deepness.
We got a taste of some spikes right there, but.
But you better be careful in Dark Deepness, because it can terrify you beyond the capacity for rational thought. But
this
we'll
is
be
very
fine.
true. Yeah,
taking
Nipsey
damage
and I will be fine.
little scary.
Yeah, it's a little bit spooky because Galen just sort of takes out his giant wheel and is like, let's have a party. And you don't always want to be part of that party, but
No,
at the same time, yeah, Quado's gonna take a heal here, and that's really reasonable.
it's a smart heal.
Makes a lot of sense.
Another reasonable, if you want to start this category and you want to be a little more baby with it, another thing you can do is there's Lifeblood immediately above Galeon, so you can go up to 7 masks instead of 5. Quado, scaring me. Don't do that.
Scaring you, but scaring us into awe with his success.
Truly.
Ultimately, a really nice
us...
fight. I think the 200.
Yeah, it gives us the capacity to be dangerous. That is exactly what we need to get into Glade, which is just chef's kiss.
Yes, exactly. I think that it's really important. Like, one of the things that people don't talk about as much when speedrunning because there's such a focus on execution and when you do get it right. I think that, especially, you know, in marathon type settings like this, being able to take damage, and even outside of that, being able to take damage and not freak out and just know that you're still gonna carry the fight through, that is really the hallmark of an experienced speedrunner like Quado. And just yet another reason to respect him and think he is so cool.
Yeah, no, Quado has like a good amount of balance between consistency and being risky, which is just what you want to see in a speedrunner. So
yes.
save quit after getting Tram Pass. That's our ticket out of Deepness, our ticket to Hive, our ticket to Basin, and we got a lot to do in Basin in this category, which is like it's kind of rare, honestly.
It is kind of rare.
For not being a like true ending category, right? Like we do a little too much in Basin.
We don't get wings, which is typically the main thing you're doing in Basin.
We got the fancy.
If we did,
if you get the if you inventory damage through an enemy, it helps prevent knockback. So that's why Quado did it. But occasionally there's a little visual glitch that happens where the flurs from the menu stay on your screen until you open inventory again. So that's what happened there. It's just a visual glitch.
Cool.
It doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's just the fancy.
I love that. No, I think it's really fun because this run takes you to some sections of the map that you would almost never go to.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're gonna go, you know, have some fun with cloth. Like,
yeah,
sure
we actually
thing.
get to save cloth here, which actually is a pretty cool strat where you push these Malarks over a certain way and like kind of hope the Aspids behave, and then they're all in one place. You save quit out before Cloth even shows her face. Trust me, she's safe. There is an auto split for that, so that's how Quado knows to get out of there. Shoutouts to, I believe it was Slorent who got us that auto split. It's like between this category and oh god, Scrappy Couple was the reason that exists.
I literally want to say bisexuality %, and then I didn't know the actual name.
Quado changing his FPS. Why is he doing that? Oh, he's doing it so that he can do a slope ball.
Yay!
Slope ball,
Let
of course,
us get hype.
Is FPS dependent tech. It is consistent at 50 FPS and pretty inconsistent at 60, and then after that it's ooh no.
Oh no.
This one is a particularly hard slope ball because you have to be pogoing at the same time, so it's not like you can really line it up. That's like Quado went and taught me all the slope balls for this category in case I wanted to run this route, and I got the other ones fairly quickly. This one, horrible. I got it like twice in like 30 minutes of trying.
Yeah, this is, I think, as Dixie said, truly it is black magic.
Yeah.
Really, I find it extremely admirable he's doing this in a run like this.
Yeah, it's and just an annoying slope ball. It can just get you. It can get to you after a while. It's like you even saw like the disappointment when he paused before hitting the spikes the first time. Oh, yes, he got it. Yay!
Third time's a charm.
Third time is in fact a charm. And it's great because we go down here and we don't even have to deal with like a lot of Malark action either. We have to get past a couple of them, but we're only here for the key. There's no broken vessel, no lost kin, no anything. We're just here for the key.
Basic simple key, my beloved. Everybody's favorite randomizer check. You know, everybody remembers to check it because progression's always there. And look, progression is there. That is so awesome.
We're just
Even
like
in the
robbing
vanilla
that
game
rich man.
speedrun. Yes. I'm sure that's a
Yes.
Ghostbusters reference.
No, that isn't. I'm just I'm like, wow, that's a royal retainer. Why is he inside of a Mallark?
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you well, so it's like whatever I didn't hear must have been a Ghostbusters reference. Here we are on the tram, vibing on the tram.
On
And
our
look at
way
that.
to
the Hive.
Vex's favorite place. Hive.
Yes, I've seen Vex getting a hype in the chat, and we are indeed excited. I personally love the Hive. I think it's a really cool area because when I was playing Hollow Knight the first time, I was like, wow, there's so many bugs. What about
different
bees?
thing. The thing that we haven't seen in any of the other runs today that went to Hive is you have to pogo to get up here because we don't have wings. I
Yes.
believe Vex named that bee Heather. Vex, correct me if I'm wrong. Heather can be a little bit of a jerk to you at times, but sometimes she's nice and lets you in. Oh, Quado missing, have to go around. There's like a strat to go up the left side here, but it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
It requires some trans dashes, and it's like easy with wings, difficult without.
Oh,
and
here
like
we
when
go.
when drill bees start going at you, it's scary.
I am deeply impressed.
Yeah. I kept sawing him go for it. I'm like, Quado, just do like the old hive blood movement, please. And then he was like, no. And he kept going for it. I'm like, no, please be comfy. Another little
is our man. Oh, go.
Oh, sorry. Like little piece of bee microtech is that like when he paused for a minute going up that one wall, and it was to lure that big bee down because that big bee can accidentally break your platforms and you can't get up further without wings. So it's a strat.
Oh, Eleanor Big B.
Eleanor Big B.
Okay, we are approaching Hive Night. Definitely a fun fight with the amount of gear we have. But we gotta do it because we cannot get rid of Vespa without Hive Night.
Yep. We once thought that
then we will finally dreammail our first ghost. Oh god.
We once thought that you couldn't fight pick up we once thought that you couldn't kill Vespa without picking up Hive Blood, but that's actually not true. You just have to leave the room and come back in. But you still have to kill Hive Knight. So that's exactly what Quado's doing. He's gonna be aiming for doubles every single time that Hive Knight does that like lunge attack. Like that was a controller moment. I need to go in his chat right now. Bully him for it. I can hear him cursing from here.
Nyx is going on a brief sabbatical to go bully Quado. The number one responsibility of commentary, as we all know, is to bully the runners. We're a very friendly community, I promise. But yeah, this is looking really good from Quado.
Yeah. This fight, like, once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad, and maybe that's just because I ran Hive Blood before running Ghostbusters, so I was used to this fight without Shaman, and having Shaman is comfy.
Yes.
But yeah, you get used to, like, where the spikes from the things show up, and, like, how to gain soul off of the bees that he throws up, and it makes things a lot easier. So like I said, Quado's just gonna leave the room and come back in, because that's faster than picking up Hive Blood. Bye! Hello!
Oh wait, hi!
And we have got one.
We've got one.
Ghost.
Goodbye, Vespa. You did great, you know, being one of the three queens, but you're done now. Adios.
Adios, Vespa. All right. Now we're gonna make our way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Do. That's not a reference to Ghostbusters, obviously, but I'm.
Yes, no. We are going up to Hornet 2, I believe.
Yes, ma'am, we are. Really another fun instance of something the game wants us to have wings for, but we don't have wings for. Hornet 2.
Famously, casuals think it's wings locked.
Yeah, no, it is not wings locked. You can pogo off of an aspid, and we will see Quado do that later. But because we don't have wings, we don't have C-dash, we have no way of skipping like the piece of acid on the on upper Kingdom's Edge, so we have to go the Hopper Trail. So here we are going the Hopper Trail. It's really
friend
fun
of many Geo Grinders.
It's really fun movement on current patch because the hoppers have pretty consistent locations, so you can kind of figure out where to pogo them and such. Um, I found I tried running Zote percent on 1221 and realized that the random placement of the hoppers made it freaking impossible to move through this part of Kingdom's Edge. So, all right, here's our
Yeah.
aspid. So we're going to hit it a couple times to get it closer, and then Quado's gonna go over to the side to lure it there, and then he just has to pogo it one. Oh, yo, he just has to pogo it once because the rest of the way up is actually a trans-dashable.
Yes.
Does that specific
Very
aspid
nice.
have a name?
That aspid would be so finicky.
I think the aspid does have a name, but I don't personally know it. I don't have a personal connection to the
I
aspid
also
like I do with Adam.
Wait, who is Adam?
Oh, Adam is the ACN Great Hopper, the one that's that's guarding the idol. And it's named Adam
yeah,
because that's the name of my ex.
Adam's be cruel.
Yeah. I'm not kidding.
That's fantastic.
Okay, so this is Hornet 2 with like really little equipment, and Hornet 2 doesn't have a lot of health, but when you only have Shaman VS, oh boy. This is definitely a cinch point in the category when you are running it as like a newbie. Like take the safety bench if you want, but Quado's goated, so he doesn't.
Yeah, it's also just like a kind of a hard bench to take because you are putting yourself way back in KE, which is not the most convenient. But at the same time, you know, Hornet 2 is no joke.
You're hard safe here no matter
yes,
what.
very true.
You pick up King's Brand. Oh.
I am silly and goofy. Okay.
It's okay. It's like really early in the morning for you.
I'm a believer, and also, look, we've already got it. Extra Dream Mail. Unfortunately, Hornet is not a ghost.
My favorite piece of tech is that extra dream nail because I believe that was discovered during the Soul Catcher Steady Body current patch True Ending era of True Ending speedrunning, where they had a wielder in that category and they found it was really that you can dream nail her after she's dead and you still get soul, and it's like just kind of comfy to have, honestly.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna complain.
So, like we said, this is a hard save. We don't have any, we don't have Dreamgate. We don't have time for Dreamgate. Our only essence source is Galeon and a bunch of single essence ghosts. We don't have time for that. So, we gotta run out of Kingdom's Edge.
Yes, and we gotta run to perhaps one of the most exciting ghost kills in the run. Over in Pleasure House, we've got our simple key. We've got our other key, our King's Brand, for later we go to the Abyss after that, but we are going to make Marissa stop singing. And personally, I'm excited about that.
There's not a lot of categories that I can think of where your right side city access is Kingdom's Edge, but this is one of them.
That's very true. Via the tram. It's really some straight out of randomizer type stuff, but no, this is real. We have not randomized the items, or if we did, they are all at their vanilla placements.
Yeah. Dearest Hamathity. Fix your vanilla. So yeah, we're making our way to city so that we can dream nail Marissa. Our whole plan here is to get her. That's it. Just go to Marissa and get her.
Well, don't forget about Poggy Thorax. You know, we definitely need some pogs in the chat for Poggy Thorax.
I was telling one of my friends who's playing Hollow Knight casually that there's a ghost named Poggy Thorax, and she said, no, that's not his name. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, that one chef guy that talks about you eating him, that's Poggy Thorax. She's like, that's not his name. That has to be one of your speedrunning fake names, like Adam. And I was like, no, it's not. His name is Poggy.
It must be one of your speedrunning fake names.
That is exactly.
Okay, here we go. It is. I believe you wholeheartedly. We have arrived at the main attraction, and admittedly, Poggy Thorax. Wait! Oh my gosh! You're so. Oh!
And let's show this butterfly how we do things downtown. Oh, he even
He's sitting to listen. There we go.
You tease. Oh.
Yes. he wants everybody to know. We will be asking him about that in the interview. He wants everybody to know that it doesn't matter how beautiful her singing is. She has to shut up.
Oh my goodness. I like that he doesn't even
Bye,
stand close
Puggy.
enough to Poggy for him to show up, but it still collects the essence.
Yeah, zero Poggy shown on screen. Poggy's been censored from this run.
I'm so happy we got a televator. This is no longer,
Yeah.
and this is now a one major glitch run, but free televator. He did it for the people.
It's really true. It was a treat. I mean, televator is so cool. In fact, Nyx's status is literally, Quado taught me televator, now I'm unstoppable. So I assume Quado must also feel unstoppable at this moment.
Yeah. So we're going back to Basin, back to basics, back to Basin. And because now that we have King's Brand, we're marked as if we're a god, and the the door to Abyss essentially asks you, are you a god? And by having King's Brand, you say yes. So
we are literally unstoppable. Actually, I think the door probably wouldn't have opened if we hadn't gotten an elevator. But since we're unstoppable, we're all good. No issue here. But yeah, down into the Abyss, and would you like to tell us what we're looking for down here?
We are here to get Shade Cloak because we need to defeat Traitor Lord because that's where Cloth meets her end. And Traitor Lord is blocked by Shade Cloak. So because of that, we need to come down here. It's such a strange, it's such a strange feeling to be down here. You're not aiming for true ending. You're not here to get shriek, no wings, just a dream.
Yeah, just a dream that you need to end, basically.
Yeah, sibling climb becomes annoying too because having to go all the way to the right just takes forever. So like Quado did an air stall to just be able to pogo up on the left side.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I would not have had faith that I got that lighthouse open.
Yeah, he's just going. He might. Is there an auto split for that? I don't think there is, but he just knows.
No, I think this is just speedrunner's intuition.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting our Shade Cloak. You know, every casual Hollow Knight player's progression is obviously to get the Shade Cloak before the Monarch Wings or the Crystal Dash. Crystal Heart. My apologies.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got it. We have gone in our little bowl of edginess, and we're gonna be going all the way back around to Hidden Station Stag.
Yeah, this is another hard save like King's Brand was, so we have to climb out, and again, we don't have wings. So you actually have a different climb out of here than any other category that comes down here. Because like All Skills has wings, True Ending has wings. If you're ever down here, if you're ever down here, you have wings usually. So it's funny to have to go. There's only one route you can take up virtually.
But there is one, and that's really what matters for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, it would be really sad if you could get down here with like only Claw and then you couldn't get back up.
Oh, it would be absolutely tragic.
It would be. But we can get back up, and Quado's pretty good at doing it quickly. There is like some real movement with this. Pulling off those spikes is part of it. Hitting some cycles with the shadow creepers, and dunking in spikes is mandatory.
It's actually really important. If you don't do it, I'm sure we have some verifiers in the chat that confirm if you don't dunk in the spikes, we will not be able to verify your run.
Yeah.
So thank you, Quado. Yeah, even though he had one major glitch, it's actually excused now.
Yeah. If you don't dunk in the spikes, it's like full Protano screw me, I cannot say any more references. It's not working.
Yeah, it was like that was very obviously
reversal.
Very obviously a Ghostbusters reference, but unfortunately we didn't quite get there. And is this our next slope ball, perhaps?
Yes, it is, and this one's a lot easier. That one's pretty free.
Okay,
you just have to stand in the right place, jump, and
you heard it here first, chat. If you want to start slope balling, that's the place to do it.
It really is. It's a genuinely really nice one. Quado taught me that one in like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, that's not hard at all. Why did he talk to him?
You know what? Maybe he was feeling lonely. Okay, Hollow Knight is a very solitary game. We've just had a lot of edginess. We've dunked in the shade bowl. Maybe he just wanted some company.
Yeah.
And there's our stag, going to run away,
Yeah,
get
he
it back.
left the room to like bring the bell up and then like fire belled the bell and then
Yeah.
came back in again. He's just skipping as much time as he can. Is it kind of timer abuse if you think about it? A little bit, but we appreciate it.
But hush hush, we're having fun here. And speaking of fun, we're gonna do one of what is considered to be the most either fun or sarcastically fun things in this run, which is to absolutely wreck the Spirits Glade. After we get our free Hell Nest Shields, shout out to Blossom's amazing All Seals run earlier. And yeah, we're gonna have fun with the best friend and perhaps the most staunch enemy of this run, Revik.
Yeah, Revik is kind of like one of the bosses of this run. There's a very specific way you gotta deal with him. So like if you miss him like Quado just did there, Revik's gonna appear faster than if you actually hit his body. If you hit his body like he did right there, you're able to dream nail 2 ghosts at a time, but otherwise you can only dream nail 1 at a time. So it is like faster to parry him. Quado has Shade Dash, which helps a lot for going through Revik if he needs to in emergency. But otherwise, we're essentially just going to cause a terror for these ghosts. It'll be a very apocalyptic, very Wrath of God type stuff. You know, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
That one also must be a Ghostbusters reference.
It is a Ghostbusters
dogs and cats living together.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Understood.
And Quado like jumps to deal with Revik because virtually it gives you some leeway so that if Revik, if you do miss the if you do miss a hit on Revik, it jumping allows Revik to miss you, which gives you just like some leeway. Also, shout out to that
very
very
unfortunate.
last wall in resting grounds. There, it is. He's so mad at him.
we're seeing a display of anger at Mr. Revik over here, which is extremely justified. I mean, even top level runners like Quado, who has years of experience in this category, Revik is still in absolute pain. Like no matter how consistent you get with everything, like dealing two masks of damage and never going away is just
accidentally
such a
talking
pain.
to the ghosts is another thing. That is so annoying. Oh, get your shade. You're gonna need that for QG, my friend.
Yes,
depending on where you
don't forget that.
Depending on where you are in the room, like if you do the room without having died to Revik, it is like optimal to save and quit out to the bench and then you come back for Revik. Otherwise, just leave the room and come back. Just depends on where you end up.
Yeah, but definitely one of the most satisfying kills of the run. Because after he has caused you so much grief, you might as well lay him to rest. But it seems
we kicked his butt.
Yes. Blossom has noted in the chat that we should be able to mark parry Revik 3 times, a famous rando bingo goal. So that's really great. And we also have the question from chat from Oat. Would you drink from the Shade Bowl?
What does it remind me of? I feel like it reminds me of like some other fantasy substance that it's like I feel like I'd be drinking venom and I don't know if I like that. I don't think I would drink from the Shade Bowl personally.
I don't think so either. I feel like it has the consistency of milk, but it's made out of shade. And I'm just not really about that.
I love that the only reason we come back to Dirtmouth is to Dreamnail Gravedigger, and that's it.
To Dreamnail Gravedigger, yeah. Cordy has indicated very importantly that you actually have to die in this run because the Shade is a ghost. So Quado might he might have just forgotten that he did the Shade skip, and so you know he needed to just double check
through the elevator.
Yeah. If you die, it's -1 major glitch.
Yeah. So Quado took off Shaman Stone here, and you might be thinking, but Shaman Stone helps you kill the Baldurs. Well, we don't need Baldur Shell. We need to get up here, and there's a slope ball for you to get up here.
And
so
a blessing.
Yeah, Quado's changing his FPS again, and this slope ball is just easier to do without Shaman. So Quado took off Shaman so that he'd be able to get it a second try, and
Yeah,
Now we're heading this way so that we could go Dreamnail Joni. Now, Herm, you like Joni. Is that true?
This is actually very true. I will say, for as much as I've actually drawn art of Potapine dream nailing Joni and me crying in the corner.
Yeah.
I am a huge Joni lover. I think that she's really great and she doesn't deserve to be dream nailed. But at the same time, I will appreciate the skill that this dark room takes. Because Dark Joni's is really annoying. There's so many Vengeflies in here, and
yeah, it's a matter of knowing the room, knowing where the enemies are, and knowing how to avoid them. And if you fall, like Quado did right there, there's gonna be a bunch of Vengeflies that just spawn out of nowhere and start attacking him that wouldn't normally be there, because they spawn as you go through the room. It's kind of a gauntlet in that sense, but he makes it through alive and somewhat well. And Herm, avert your eyes.
All right, close your eyes, everybody. I'm closing my eyes.
All right, you're safe now.
It's so sad. Okay. I don't really know what happened, but I'm sure he didn't dream nail Joni.
Yeah, of course not.
We're going to go to it. Yeah. I'm really glad that we're sort of like towing the line of the run being valid. It's very titillating, quite frankly. But we're going to go to do one of the ghosts that most people tend to forget about, Caliph and Farah, which Meme Duchess Quacksilver famously notes as settle an argument.
Yes,
which is true. You are settling the argument by laying them both to eternal rest.
Yeah, Caliph and Farah are like two ghosts that apparently got lost in Queen's Gardens, and they're arguing over which way to go. When you talk to them, I believe is what their dialogue is.
Yes.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I saw it not in simplified Chinese.
I need to get my friend and longtime commentary partner Virgil in here to tell us what exactly they're saying.
Yeah, so they're arguing over which way to go, and apparently that led to them dying because they're ghosts in Queen's Gardens. So we lay them to rest. We settle the argument by killing them both. They only drop one essence though, which really begs the question: were they really two people to begin with? And I think that's just
right. I mean that's a deep philosophical question that Hollow Knight makes us think about, and I'm really grateful for that.
I realized I missed the perfect opportunity to make another Ghostbusters reference, and I'm really sad about it because like there are characters that refer to each other as the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper, and we had a key and we went through a door. So I should have said when we picked up the key, like, I am the Keymaster. I'm really upset about this.
I appreciate you making the reference, you know, posthumously after the opportunity has already died. This is Little Mantis Petra Arena, which everybody makes really easy, but as the #1 hater of this arena, I just have to say that it's sad and it makes me sad.
You learned it for Dapper Mapper though, right?
I quote-unquote learned it for Dapper Mapper.
Dapper Mapper is so much worse because you don't have Shaman. At least we have Shaman, which makes your spells bigger. Alright, that argument
There's that settled argument.
And because we're on our way to our last ghost, we can take this bench because we have nowhere else to warp to, which is wonderful safety and gives us health for QG. So shoutouts to that bench.
Shoutouts to that bench, and not shoutouts to QG because we've got a lot to go through here. On our way to Traitor Lord, which is yet another boss that's, you know, super fun and profitable. This is such a fun run because you fight all of these bosses that really have no other association with each other than the fact that they are all necessary to bust some ghosts. But Traitor Lord is the last of them. And so once we get through QG, I mean, we are pretty much home. This route ends on Cloth, which I believe has not always been the case, correct?
Yes, so there have been different variations of this run. The baby route that I ran ended on Cloth because it allowed you to take that safety bench, which was really nice. The version before the slope falls didn't end on Cloth, and virtually what that meant is that you had to carry your HP from all the way from the Green Path bench until beating Trader Lord, and you don't have Dream Gate. So if you die to
Insane.
Trader Lord in a marathon setting, you have to just go back all the way through Green Path, and like the only shortcut you get is the like white flower lever, but it's still annoying. It's not a good run back by any means. I tried that route before. I chain died to Trader Lord. I did not have a good time, and I said I'm never running this route again. And then Quado added slope balls, so now I'm conflicted. So
Are you a big slope ball enjoyer, Nixie?
I enjoyed actually learning the slope balls other than the basin key one.
Yeah.
But like I was a slope ball hater for years. I was upset about what it did to GPZ percent because that was like the next category I was going to learn, and then slope ball was discovered, and I was like, well, this gets rid of the shade skip. That's like cool. I'm sad now.
Oh.
So I've like
be
come around to
happy.
it. Yeah.
We're so close to the end. Just heading up to do Trader Lord here, and yeah, this is a boss that personally upon trying to play Pantheon 4 for the first time, like a month ago, did not enjoy. So I can personally say that I'm gonna be happy to see this loser die.
Yeah, Trader Lord stinks.
But here's Cloth to quote unquote help. But she is helping, because by being present in this fight, she dies.
By being in this fight,
Which
she dies.
allows us
When she does hit, she does do like 6 damage or something like that. So technically she's helping Quado getting a screen skip here. So virtually you and Cloth just gotta beat up Trader Lord till he dies. This is pretty difficult because we don't have a lot of damage. We also want to stick really close to Trader Lord because that kind of prevents him from doing his famous attack of walking into you. Which,
yeah,
as everyone who's ever fought,
it really is the hardest one.
It really is the hardest attack that he has. And so with you and Cloth like crossing your streams, you're gonna be able to defeat the final boss of this run here.
Yeah, we did see his famous attack back there just a little bit ago. Actually, he did walk into Quado. But yeah, it also helps like for Cloth to get hits in if you're pretty consistent in staying close to him. And there we go.
Once Trader Lord stops moving, he's done attacking. I believe he can still take some contact damage to him in that state, but like he's gone. Cloth gets the final kill, and then dies, which is sad, but that's actually what we want because we need her essence. Goodbye, Cloth.
Goodbye, Cloth.
And it's
GG.
time. GG. And that is Ghostbusters. Oh wait, Aluba with a blessing.
Aluba.
And we're gonna talk to Mom. Any white ladies in chat?
Any white ladies in the commentary booth? Hello.
Any white ladies in chat?
Any white ladies?
Pale kings in chat? Oh no, did Quado's timer? Oh, it didn't split. Quado, your timer. No.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Let me check. Let's check and see if he's
able to come in for an interview.
Yes, able to do an interview.
Interview? Oh, Sylvie already asked.
Sylvia's beat us to it. Shout out to Sylvie for being an amazing organizer.
Yeah, Sylvie, good TO, even though it's not a tournament. You get the point.
It seems that Quado had stinky percent splits. What is stinky percent?
Oh, stinky percent is you know how after you've beat White Defender so many times, he makes a little statue of poop that looks like you?
Yes. There you go. Okay.
It's getting the little statue of poop that looks like you.
Understood. Yeah, it was about 44.55, I think. 44.55.
Yeah. We're gonna have Mr. Pine himself join us in a second.
Yes. The man, the myth, the legend. Quado Pine, GG.
Quado Pine. Quado, thank you for doing Televator for the people.
Thank you for doing Televator for the people. Thank you for waiting for Marissa. Was your talk with the White Palace Guard intentional?
Kind of. I wanted to pogo it, and then I ended up talking with it, and I was like, oh, good enough. And I moved
No.
on.
You can
We were
pogo
wondering
him.
if you were lonely.
um, but yeah. I was a bit sad because I really wanted to hit the cool Aspid skip, and my controller did a
Yeah.
controller move and it dashed the wrong way, and I was like, that's a shame.
Oh.
Oh,
And I
wait, I
got
need
hit
to
Well,
hit.
anyway, and I was like,
I need to
can you
hit the
describe
controller
the
command in
Aspid
your
skip
chat
to
a
us
second time.
so we can experience it vicariously?
I had a
Oh
good Hornet
man.
though. That was like the one good part of this run. Trade Lord was also good. It was like
Yeah,
my
that
two good
was
things.
The Hornet was really clean.
yeah, clean Hornet. There was a lot of clean movement. You did the
Yeah.
cursed shade skip like first try, which was
So
awesome.
what I did is I kept to 144 for like the first half of the run, so I would actually hit the skips.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually
Oh,
smart.
nice.
So yeah, like I said, that skip was like FPS dependent. It does better at lower. So
Yeah.
so you switched between 50, 144, and 300 FPS for this run?
Yeah.
Question
Yeah.
mark.
That's why I displayed FPS so you could see what I was actually
You're
doing.
you're
Oh my
insane.
gosh. You are insane. But we adore you for it.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Pine himself before we move on to the next run? But I'm trying to think of some questions. What's your favorite?
Oh, go.
Go Herm. Go Herm.
Okay. Well, we have somebody in the chat saying that, today has motivated me to learn HK speedrunning purely to make silly meme runs, which is an amazing thing to hear because that is the point of this day. Quado, what is your advice to people who are starting out in speedrunning, but particularly meme categories?
Oh. Okay. I don't know, just have fun with it. Obviously don't compare against like other people, but also like definitely watch the runs that you're trying to run if it exists. To learn stress and stuff.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you're routing your own meme category, make sure it hasn't been routed before, because we've done like pretty much everything we can at this point. So there's a good chance that your idea has been done before.
But maybe not. Maybe you'll have a dream
Maybe
and
not.
then spinach will exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Spinach can happen.
Quado, what is your I think I know the answer, but what is your favorite ghost to eradicate from this plane of existence?
I don't know, like both Marissa and Joni get like a lot of flack, so one of those two. I like making people angry. by
No,
emailing
not
the favorite
Joni.
ghost.
Not Joni. No, Quadrupun, you can't do this to me. Quadrupun, I've drawn art of you dream nailing Joni and me crying.
Oh man. I'm so happy. It's a good resource to check if your idea has been done before. There is a Hollow Knight speedrunning Discord, and there is a channel called Misk that is pretty much for meme runs. So if you just go in
Yes,
there,
Miss Channel are beloved.
there is a meme sheet, which is a spreadsheet that has categories that aren't on SRC yet but do exist and have runs of them. And then otherwise you can like show up and be like, hey guys, has anyone ever tried to do a category that collects all the grubs? And people will show up and be like, yeah, that's elegy. you know so there's a spreadsheet, there's speedrun.com, and then go in the Discord and ask around, be like, hey, has anyone ever done this thing? And people will be honest with you. And we'll also post a lot of emojis of horses, and I don't know where that started, but at this point I'm too scared to ask, so.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real.
Alrighty. This is a lot of fun. I love Ghostbusters. I'm so happy
Yes.
to like commentate it again.
I
Yeah, no, thanks for
was so honored
commenting.
to commentate this run and to watch Quado really do some amazing gameplay. It's such a cool run. I think it showcases both, you know, like the community's effort in routing and making this category as cool as it is, but also Quado being an awesome speedrunner who has been running this for actual years and having an extreme amount of talent. So it was really an honor to observe the run in both of those ways.
Thank
Yeah.
you. No,
And
I like this category. It
really cool
showcases
to
so much.
see
Yeah.
really cool to see how the category has changed since last year, because like there was a showcase of this last year, but like the slope balls really changed the routing a significant amount, and it's like almost like more impressive in skips, but more comfier at the end with the comfort for Trader Lord. So it's real nice.
Yeah, I hope enjoyed because I know you haven't been in the community recently. Enjoyed seeing the new route.
No,
With all
I've
those
been
slopes
I've
all
been
the
in
time.
cursed academic hell, and this is an absolute treat to watch. And just see like it is so cool that I joined this community around the time of the 5th year anniversary event, which is crazy to say. And
All
it's
did.
really cool to see. We all did actually. It's really cool to see how it continues to develop. I think a lot of people would think that, oh, the game's been out for so long, you know, the speedrunners must just be crying and waiting for Silksong. But like, no, we have a game to love, and we do love that game, and we have taken it so far, and I'm so inspired by that.
Yeah. It's cool to see that like developments in the game are still happening 8 years later. So, any white ladies in chat? All right, are we about ready to transition? I believe our last run of the night is Path of Pain percent. It's very cool, done by Sly. That's gonna be a very fun category to watch.
Yes, get very hype, everybody.
Yes. And any last words? Anyone?
Um,
Before I kill you with my dream
Ominous,
nail.
ominous in a fight. Yeah. I was gonna say ominous in a run that involves killing a bunch of ghosts.
We're just
Would you
getting
like
them off of this plane of existence. It's fine.
would you like to close this out, Quadrupon?
um, I hope other people relish in killing Marissa as much as I do. That's my
So
closing speech.
true. I am deeply inspired by this speech. Let it inspire the masses to go forth and make Marissa stop singing this year as well.
Butterfly.
Silence butterfly.
Silence Butterfly.
All right. We won't personally, but we will see you for Path of Pain percent.
Oh yeah.